Ladies and gentlemen, by the time this video drops, we are about 2 days away from the start of Pokemon Go Fest in Jersey City. And I got some tips for you that you need to take advantage of, whether it's in the game or outside of the game. So with all that said, let's get on with it. Let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy True Fun, and today's day is Tuesday, June the 3rd. Okay, so let's not waste any time and let's get on with what you need to do to prepare yourself for Go Fest in Jersey City. And to a degree, this will work for Global Go Fest as well, the first part anyway. So with all that said, let's get on with it. Here we go. So, some advice. This is for the end game. What you need to do if you're going to be taking part in Go Fest in Jersey City, and you can use this for Global Go Fest as well, and they are the following. Obviously, you want to clear up storage. Now, how do you go about doing this? So, one way, obviously, is aside from transferring Pokemon, you could move your Pokemon from the game to Pokemon Home. So, for example, if you're like me, and you have a bunch of shinies, like for example, I have 5,642 shinies, a lot of duplicates. Here's what you can do actually. So you're gonna go into, as you can see the game right here. So you're gonna click on the Pokemon icon, go to settings, and then we are going to go to, I believe we want connected devices and services. Yes. And there it is right there, Pokemon Home. So you can actually transfer your Pokemon over to Pokemon Home, and they're making me sign in for some odd reason. Oh, there's an error for some odd reason. But you can transfer some Pokemon from your Pokemon Go account over to Pokemon Home. They could be shinies, they could be legendaries, they could be legendary shinies, whatever the case may be. You can do that. So that's one way that you can transfer or move shinies from your game over to Pokemon Home, especially if you're the type of person who don't like to transfer shinies like me. I don't like to transfer shinies. So instead, if I have a bunch of the same shiny, I would transfer them over to Pokemon Home. And then I can use them for future Pokemon games like the Legendary ZA game. So we should be able to use Pokemon from Pokemon Go in Legendary ZA, Legend ZA rather. Or if you have Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, whatever the case may be, you can transfer them over there as well. So those are all options for you. Now, aside from that, if you have a bunch of Pokemon that aren't shinies, that aren't hundos, that have little to no use, then yeah, you can transfer them. Because here's the thing. You want to transfer enough Pokemon so you can have enough space to catch more Pokemon at Go Fest. But it depends on the type of person that you are or whatever goal it is you're trying to accomplish. So if you just want to capture everything, then I would suggest you transfer at least 1,000 Pokemon from your storage. And so obviously you're going to have at least 1,000 space available for catching Pokemon. But if you're more like me and you're going to be, you know, only looking for shinies and things of that nature, then at least 300 is fine. If you're just going to be catching shinies, you're going to be doing raids, you're going to be doing max battles, you're going to be hatching Pokemon, and that's it. You're not going to be catching every single thing that you see. Then yeah, give yourself like 300 Pokemon space and you should be fine with that. Now, let's move on to, speaking of hatching eggs, the next advice I have for you guys is hatching eggs the day prior. So here's what you want to do about this one. So you want to start hatching your eggs either the day before your play day or the day before Go Fest starts, because you could have all 3 days, you know, one day at the park and then city play for the other 2 days, whatever the case may be. But you could also start 2 days prior as well, because the day before you might not do a lot of walking. So it really depends on what your plans are the day before. And on that note, if you do want to hatch your eggs and at the same time do a bunch of raids and explore New York City, I highly advise you to take advantage of our hype train meetup that we are having at Bryant Park. It will start there at 5 p.m. local time, and then about 5:30 p.m. we're going to be making our way from there, walking to Central Park, which is going to be a bit of a walk. So yeah, that's plenty of time for you to hatch any eggs and maybe even collect new ones and hatch those as well before Friday if you have the 3-day city playthrough fiasco. So join myself, Leno Alpha, Mrs. Mime, Jesse and Rachel, Deado Base, and Danny in the Bronx. We're going to start off at Central Bryant Park rather. We're going to have prizes, we're gonna be doing trades, there's photo opportunities, we can be signing stuff as well. So start there. It's gonna be a statue that we're gonna be at, and we're gonna make our way towards Central Park. So yeah, you can do something like that, walk around with us, hatch your eggs, and you'll be good. And also, speaking of clearing up stuff, you want to clear up your item space as well. Yes, you heard me right. Clear up your item space. So what does that mean? That means if you have a bunch of items like myself, so for example, you have a bunch of max potions, max revives, ultra balls, maybe even great balls, then you may want to delete your regular Pokeballs, which I will do, you know, not now, but like once the time arrives. Delete your regular potions, super potions, some or all your hyper potions, depends on how many max potions you have. So in my case, yeah, I'm gonna delete all my hyper potions and some or all of your regular revives. So in my case, see, look at all these max revives I have. So yeah, I'm gonna delete all my revives. So you can do that as well. And again, look at the regular Pokeballs that I have. I'm gonna delete all of those when the time arrives, because look at all the Ultra Balls I have. Look at all the Great Balls that I have. And there you go with that. Now, the next thing that you need to do, and a lot of people make this mistake by not doing this, and it drives me crazy. It really, really gets on my nerves, and you guys really need to stop doing what I'm about to say, or the opposite of what I'm about to say to do, rather. And that is this: using your Go Plus Plus to auto catch everything. Do not do that crap. That's how you miss out on shinies. Especially if there's some shinies that you're looking for. Do not have your Go Plus Plus capture every single Pokemon in sight. Do not do that crap. Here's what you want to do instead. First off, you're going to go to your settings. So you're going to hit the Pokeball and then go to settings. Then you're going to go to, again, connected devices and services. And then you're going to go to accessory devices. And here we go. Now, here's what most people would do for some odd reason. And to me, this is stupid. Obviously, you're going to have identify nearby Pokemon on. But what they would do is set it on Pokeball. Now, what does this do? We de-enable Pokeball auto throw feature. Auto throw will only use Pokeballs, not Great Balls or Ultra Balls. So what that means is this: if you're walking around with your Go Plus Plus activated, every single Pokemon that is around you, as you can see right here, it will automatically try to catch. And it's a one-time thing. Either catch it or it don't. And there's going to be a bunch of shiny opportunities that you're going to be looking for. And why would you risk losing out on getting those shinies? That makes no sense to me. So here's what you really should be doing. Let's go back in here. Go to settings, and then we're gonna go to connected devices and services, accessory devices, and instead we're gonna put this on either Great Ball or Ultra Ball, and that's it. Everything else is fine. Enable Pokeball auto throw, leave that on. Identify nearby Pokemon, leave that on. But either put the button throwing Pokeball selection to either Ultra Ball or Great Ball. Do not pick Pokeball. So why do we want Ultra Ball, Great Ball? Because now the Go Plus Plus will identify the Pokemon that are near you, but you are in control of whether or not you want the Go Plus Plus to try and capture it or not. So if it's a Pokemon that you don't really care about at all because you already got that shiny, that's not one of the ones you're looking for, push the button. That's fine and dandy. Push the button and either it will catch it or it not. And if it's shiny, cool. If it's not, oh well, so be it. If it's shiny ran, oh well, so be it. You already got that shiny. No need for you to get any more duplicates. Unless you try and collect all the shinies that you have, then in that case, you shouldn't even have this feature on at all. But if it's trying to capture a Pokemon that could potentially be shiny that you need, then you want to check it yourself, see if it's shiny. If it is, you catch it right there in the spot. If not, you back up, you push the button, and you let the Go Plus Plus try to catch it yourself. So that's what you want to do. Now let's get back into that setting real quick. So another thing that you want on, and I'm actually going to turn this off because I'm not doing that until Friday. But another thing you want to have on is identify nearby Pokestops. So while you catch a Pokemon, you want to make sure that the game is automatically spinning Pokestops and photo this at gyms for you, so you're not wasting time doing that yourself. And make sure enable Pokestop auto spin is indeed on. So yeah, keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Which brings me back to you deleting some of your items. Like I said, delete your regular Pokeballs, regular potions, super potions, some are all hyper potions or some are all regular revives. Now the reason why you want to do that is because you want to make sure that your auto catcher or your Go Plus Plus in this case is automatically spinning Pokestops and photo this at gyms. You want to make sure that that is going on, so that way you can get eggs and that way you can get items, and you don't have to worry about dealing with any of that yourself. So that's why you want to delete some of your items, and you want to make sure that the Go Plus Plus is spinning Pokestops and photo this at gyms. Okay, speaking of which, make sure you charge your device the night prior. So don't just assume that it's got enough juice to last you for the whole day. That is not the case. You want to make sure that your device is fully charged, so you want to charge it. Make sure that it is fully charged, so make sure that it's on the charger the night before, and you'll be straight, you'll be fine and dandy. And make note of what shinies that you want to go after. So here's what I did. Look at this. I'm about to close out the game real quick, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Let's close that. We're gonna bounce over here actually. So I got a notepad in my phone of all the shinies that I'm looking for and what habitats they are in. So as you can see, we got Carnival Grounds, Mechanical Marbles, Noble Fields, and Circuit Treasures, and of course the Unknown W. That's the new one. I believe that's the new shiny, or at the very least that's a shiny unknown that I do not have. So these are all the Pokemon that I'm looking for, and again, some of them will be times 2, times 3, whatever the case may be. So these are all the Pokemon that I'll be looking for. So if you have a long list, then make sure you have like a notepad so you can just go over there and see, okay, what all you need. And if you got some of those, you can like make changes so you won't be stuck on trying to get something that you already have. So there you go with that. So that's all the advice I have for you in game. Now let's talk about in the real world, and obviously we're talking about location and where to play and all that stuff and how to get places, which brings me to this. We're gonna start off with transportation. So you need to figure out a way to get around, like get to the park, get back. And this depends on whether you're staying in New York City or Jersey City. So you got to have a plan regarding how to get to the park, get back. Don't just ring it. If you're trying to worry about cars, then you may want to do public transportation like a train, subway, bus, things of that nature. But if you want to get there as soon as possible, then the Uber or Lyft might be your best bet. And yeah, there you go with that. Also, be aware of your surroundings. So that is very, very important. Do not just constantly have your face in your phone while you're walking around the city. This is especially true for New York City because there are some weirdos out there. I can't speak on Jersey City because I've never been, but in terms of New York City, there are some weirdos out there. So be careful, be cautious about that. Also, make breakfast plans. So the hotel or Airbnb that you're staying at might not have a breakfast option, so you have to look nearby to see, okay, what breakfast is nearby. Or you may have to go to the park. If you have a morning park experience, go somewhere near the park so you can get your breakfast in. Breakfast is very important. I'm a firm believer of eating breakfast on the daily basis. So yeah, you need to figure out where to go. And here's the thing, if you want to go somewhere cheap, but you're gonna experience low spawns and low Pokestops and gyms, then Jersey City would be the way to go. But if you want more spawns and more Pokestops and gyms, but you're gonna have to deal with the expensive costs at restaurants, then New York City is the way to go. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, and when you do the in-city gameplay, I would talk about this in terms of the whole be aware of your surroundings. So you really want to pair up with other people, and this is especially true in New York City. Do not walk around New York City by yourself. You want to be paired up with others. Like I said, there's some weirdos there, so keep that in mind. Now let's talk about what to bring. So obviously you want to bring not one, but 2 power banks. And don't just bring some cheap ones, bring some really good ones. Because if you got the park and the city gameplay, you're gonna be playing all day long. And you want to make sure that they're constantly being charged up every night. So make sure to bring not 1, but 2, because 1 will not be enough, especially gonna be playing all day. So 2 will be fine. 2, you should be good. Do not wear anything flashy, especially in New York City, like, you know, gold chains, any gold jewelry, any kind, fancy shoes, anything like that, especially in New York City, because again, if you're walking by yourself and you walk down the wrong spot, you might get jacked. So keep that in mind. Also, you got to be cautious of the weather. So as it stands right now, it is projected to not only just rain on Friday, but there may be some thunderstorms in the works as well. I'm not sure how serious the rain is on Friday. I haven't checked since I think I last checked on Monday. So all this, by the time the day arrives, could be different. So keep that in mind. But be wary that it may rain on Friday and on Saturday as well. No thunderstorms on Saturday, last I checked anyway. But as of right now, it is projected to rain on Saturday. So keep all that in mind. So on that note, bring an umbrella and poncho if you have a poncho or some type of jacket. So that would be important. Bring some type of phone protector from wet and rain and stuff like that, from the water, rain and things of that nature. Like maybe a Ziploc bag. Maybe you can probably order something on Amazon that is tailored toward protecting your phone from water, from the rain and stuff like that. You can do that as well. And I highly advise you to wear high top or mid top shoes. Or if you don't have any of that, you have low top shoes, then maybe put bags on your low top shoes, like grocery bags, something like that, tie them up. I don't know. And this is especially true if you're afraid of walking in the mud, and you probably stay in an Airbnb that don't like it when you bring mud and dirt into the Airbnb, into the carpet, stuff like that. So keep that in mind as well. Also, bring a book bag or a small bag so you can store some of this stuff. You know, store your umbrella, store your poncho, store your 2 power banks with cords, and store other things as well. Now, here's the thing. Lately, I've been hearing that there is a tick warning going on for the park. So, here's the thing. You want to bring high ankle socks. So, that's one way to avoid ticks being on in your shoes and stuff like that, or really being your feet. Bring some bring some high ankle socks. So you won't have to deal with ticks on your feet, I guess. Now, it's impossible. I know it's going to be hot as well. It's possible bring some jeans, some sweatpants, or some bottoms of some kind. So that way your legs can be protected from the ticks as well. Now, I mean, if you want to, I don't know if that's going to be called for, but if you're really cautious about it, then yeah, go ahead and do that. Now, very important is here, bug spray, but not just any bug spray. You want bug spray containing DEET, and I'm gonna butcher a lot of these names, by the way. That's gonna contain DEET, picaridin, oil of lemon. We're gonna say OLE, or permethrin. How you pronounce that joint? Those are the most effective against mosquitoes and ticks. And to be more specific, you want the off deep woods insect repellent or the off deep woods tick insect repellent. So either one of those two or anything similar to that will be fine. So on that note, you want to avoid tall grass. You do not want to sit on grass. I know I will be going to a picnic on Friday, so that's going to be interesting. And then after you leave the park, you want to check yourself, including your hair and your scalp and your belongings. So in case you got any ticks on you, then you can handle that. So on that note, you want to shower at the end of the day before you go to bed. And if possible, have somebody else, search you to see if you have ticks, and then check them to see if they have ticks as well. So this is obviously going to be the case if you have a roommate, if you have a significant other, or a relative that's going to be with you. So you can ask them to check you out to see if you have ticks, and you can check them out to see if they have ticks as well. Now, if you do have ticks, you can remove it safely within 24 to 48 hours with a good soap session at the spot where you spot the tick. But I'll be honest, I would just say, do a good soap session throughout your entire body. Like if you see one on your left shoulder, I don't care, just do a soap session throughout your entire body. So it's like soap yourself up, probably do it 3 times throughout the entire body. And also, don't forget to shampoo your hair like 2 or 3 times, and you should be fine. But if you do have a tick and it's been there longer than 48 hours, then yeah, you're gonna need to see some medical care, and they can remove it for you. So keep that in mind. And that's all the advice that I have for you guys if you are attending Go Fest in Jersey City. So if you reached this point of the video, leave in the comment section below helpful. If you reached this point of the video, leave in the comment section below helpful. And at the very end, you should see 2 cards. One of them will be something that YouTube recommends, while the other one will be the last video that I put out. So make sure you check that out. And also, I'm gonna have one more video out on Friday. I'm gonna have a YouTube short out on Thursday regarding the best counters for Gigantamax Cinderace. So make sure to check that out and get your squads ready. And I'm gonna call it a wrap. And with all that said, y'all know this is the boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.
Subscribe. Thanks, man. Do it.
After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Lewis the trainer, articulating paint. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank them with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show them that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.